The integumentary system consists of the skin, hair, nails, the subcutaneous tissue below the skin, and assorted glands. The most obvious function of the integumentary system is the protection that the skin gives to underlying tissues. The skin not only keeps most harmful substances out, but also prevents the loss of fluids. A major function of the subcutaneous tissue is to connect the skin to underlying tissues such as muscles. Hair on the scalp provides insulation from cold for the head. The hair of the eyelashes and eyebrows helps keep dust and perspiration out of the eyes. And the hair in our nostrils helps keep dust out of the nasal cavities. Any other hair on our bodies no longer serves a function, but is an evolutionary remnant. Nails protect the tips of fingers and toes from mechanical injury. Fingernails give the fingers greater ability to pick up small objects. The glands of the skin has three types: the sebaceous glands, the apocrine glands, and the eccrine glands. Skin. In zoology and dermatology, skin is an organ of the integumentary system made up of a layer of tissues that guard underlying muscles and organs. As the interface with the surroundings, it plays the most important role in protecting against pathogens. Its other main functions are insulation and temperature regulations, sensation, and vitamin D and B synthesis. Skin is considered one of the most important parts of the body. Skin has pigmentation, melanin, provided by melanocytes, which absorbs some of the potentially dangerous radiation in sunlight. It also contains DNA repair enzymes, which reverse UV damage. And people who lack the genes for these enzymes suffer from high rates of skin cancer. One form predominantly produced by UV light, malignant melanoma, is particularly invasive, causing it to spread quickly and can often be deadly. Human skin pigmentation varies among populations in a striking manner. This has sometimes led to the classification of peoples on the basis of skin color. Damaged skin will try to heal by forming scar tissue, often giving rise to discoloration and the pigmentation of the skin. The skin is often known as the largest organ in the human body. This applies to exterior surface, as it covers the body, appearing to have the largest surface area of all the organs. Skin is composed of the epidermis and the dermis. Below these layers lies the hypodermis, or subcutaneous adipose layer, which is not usually classified as a layer of skin. The outermost epidermis consists of stratified squamous keratinizing epithelium with an underlying basement membrane. The main type of cells which make the epidermis are keratinocytes, with melanocytes and Langerhans cells also present. The epidermis can be further subdivided into the following strata: the corneum, the lucidum, the granulosum, the spinosum, and basal. The dermis is made of an irregular type of fibrous connective tissue consisting of collagen and elastin fibers. It can be split into the papillary and reticular layers. The reticular layer is composed of irregularly arranged fibers and resists stretching. The hypodermis. The hypodermis is not part of the skin and lies below the dermis. Its purpose is to attach the skin to underlying bone and muscle, as well as supplying it with blood vessels and nerves. It consists of loose connective tissue and elastin. The skin has three functions. One is for protection, for sensation, and for heat and regulation. Hair. Humans have 3 different types of hair. The first one is lanugo, the fine unpigmented hair that covers nearly the entire body of a fetus, although most has been replaced with vellus by the time of the baby's birth. The second one is vellus hair, the short, downy pitch fuzzy body hair that grows in most places in the human body. While it occurs in both sexes and makes up much of the hair in children, men have a much smaller percentage, around 10% vellus, whereas 2/3 of females' hair is vellus. The last one is the terminal hair, the fully developed hair, which is generally longer, coarser, thicker, and darker than vellus hair, and is often found in regions such as the axillary, male bird, and pubic. Nail. The fingernail is an important structure made of keratin. The fingernail generally serves 2 purposes. It serves as a protective plate and enhances sensation of the fingertip. The protection function of the fingernail is commonly known, but the sensation function is equally important. The fingertip has many nerve endings in it, allowing us to receive volumes of information about objects we touch. The nail acts as a counterforce to the fingertip, providing even more sensory input when an object is touched. The structure we know of as the nail is divided into 6 specific parts: the root, nail bed, nail plate, the cuticle, the perionicum, and the hyponicum. Root. The root of the fingernail is also known as the terminal matrix. This portion of the nail is actually beneath the skin behind the fingernail and extends several millimeters into the finger. The edge of the terminal matrix is seen as a white, crescent-shaped structure called the lunula. The nail bed. The nail bed is part of the nail matrix called the sterile matrix. It extends from the edge of the terminal matrix or lunula to the hyponicum. The nail bed contains the blood vessels, nerves, and melanocytes or melanin-producing cells. The nail plate. The nail plate is the actual fingernail, made of the translucent keratin. The pink appearance of the nail comes from the blood vessels underneath the nail. The underneath surface of the nail plate has grooves along the length of the nail that help anchor it to the nail bed. The cuticle. The cuticle of the fingernail is also called the hyponicum. The cuticle is situated between the skin of the finger and the nail plate, fusing these structures together and providing a waterproof barrier. The perionicum. The perionicum is the skin that overlies the nail plate on its sides. It is also known as the paranocial edge. The perionicum is the site of the hangnails, ingrown nails, and an infection of the skin called paronychia. The hyponicum. The hyponicum is the area between the nail plate and the fingertip. It is the junction between the free edge of the nail and the skin of the fingertip, also providing a waterproof barrier. Nail diseases. Nail diseases are in separate category from diseases of the skin. Although nails are a skin appendage, they have their own signs and symptoms which may relate to the other medical conditions. Nail conditions that show signs of infection or inflammation require medical assistance and cannot be treated at a beauty parlor. There are many diseases that can occur with the fingernails and toenails. The most common of these diseases are ingrown nails and fungal infections. The ingrown nails. The ingrown nails can affect either the finger or the toes. In this condition, the nail cuts into one or both sides of the nail bed, resulting in inflammation and possibly infection. The relative rarity of this condition in the fingers suggests that pressure from the ground or shoe against the toe is a prime factor. The movements involved in walking or other physical disturbances can contribute to the problem. The fungal infection. An infection of nail fungus occurs when fungi infect one or more of your nails. Nail fungus generally begins as white or yellow spot under the tip of the fingernail or toenail. As the nail fungus spreads deeper into the nail, it may cause the nail to discolor, thicken, and develop crumbling edge. An anxiety and potentially painful problem. An infection with nail fungus may be difficult to treat, and infections may recur, but medications are available to help clear up nail fungus permanently. The glands of the skin. The glands of the skin has three types: the sebaceous glands, the apocrine glands, and the eccrine glands. The sebaceous glands. These are of epidermal origin, seen in close proximity of the hair follicles at the upper part of dermis. They are most numerous on the scalp, face, front of the chest and back, and they are absent on the palms and soles. Their secretion. Sebum is found by disintegration of the lining cells, and this is not under neural control. The sebum is discharged to the surface through the hair follicle. The sebaceous glands hypertrophy during puberty under hormonal influences. The apocrine glands. They are large coiled tubular glands opening into the hair follicles, and their function is not clearly known. They are seen in the axillae, around the nipples, perineum, and genital regions. Specialized apocrine glands are seen in the eyelids and in the ear canal. The eccrine glands. They are more numerous over the forehead, axillae, palms, and soles. They are widely distributed throughout the body.